Hey, confirmation kids, it's Brinky. I'm sorry that so many of you missed your retreat. It is a shame that we're all locked inside, but I thought it would be fun to have some of our confirmation retreat leaders join us today and ask them some of the questions they would have answered today at the retreat had we had a retreat again. But this is Ariel Swanson and Charlie and Sam Sarvak. So wave, girls, say hi.
Hey.
Hey. And the first time they talk, I'll let them introduce themselves. So ladies, we have a couple questions to go over. And the first one is, what are some of your gifts and how did you discover them? Who wants to go first?
I guess I will.
Okay.
So
tell us who you are.
I don't know. I'm Charlie Sarvak. I'm a sophomore at Baden High School. And I've just kind of found my gifts by trying different stuff out. Like, I found out I'm really good at, like, just forgiving others, and I'm just out there because people constantly tell me that I'm really good at that stuff, and I just kind of kept doing it, you know, and, like, you just got to try different stuff out and just see what works for you.
Great. Sam, you want to talk about sports?
My name's Sam.
Hi, Sam.
I'm a senior at Baden. I used to not really like being around kids and stuff, but there was one day I really needed service hours and it was kind of last minute. So I decided to go to like this after daycare for kids in like a bad neighborhood. They didn't really have anywhere to go after school. And I actually really enjoyed it. And I found that I liked being around kids and I was actually good at it. I made a lot of friends with like 9-year-olds, which I never saw myself doing that. And coming in freshman year, I actually started running cross country, which I never would have imagined because when I was in 7th grade, I came in last the mile run. But my mom just kind of like was like, you should just go for it. So I did. And I was running varsity as a freshman, which was a huge deal. So you never really know where God's going to take you. Like, I have never thought that I'd be where I am now.
Nice. Miss Ariel, what about band and all of your stuff?
So I'm Ariel, and I just did trial and error when we moved to Ohio. I tried band at St. John's, and I tried band at LaSalle, and I've just kind of stuck with doing band. And I also tried different things at Roger Bacon, which I'm a sophomore. So I think to discover your gifts, you just really have to jump in and try.
Would you ladies say that high school really helped that? More opportunities, I guess?
Oh, yeah. There are way more opportunities. And it's like a bigger broad of people. So that like helps too. So like if you don't like one thing, it doesn't matter because there's just so much more.
Yeah, I know, Ariel, you've talked about how you even tried drama out.
Yes. I tried drama freshman year, and I did both shows because I wanted to give drama like a competing chance, I guess. And it wasn't for me. So now I'm not in drama.
But that's okay, right? And that's important to know that it's okay. Okay, great. Let's talk a little bit about what the day of confirmation was like. Does anyone want to talk about how they felt the day of confirmation?
I was definitely excited. I didn't know like what to expect, and it was a lot of fun having all my friends there and just being able to experience it with them. And at St. Anne's, they don't have it with like other parishes, so they had like everybody came to us, and it was just cool because it was like our little thing, and it was so much fun. At my confirmation, my parents and my grandparents were like super excited for me, and that hyped me up even more. So I felt like it was such a big deal, and it's a huge deal, but I didn't really like feel that until later in the year when I started to be more involved with it.
Yeah.
And I think confirmation day is something that, like, you don't really know what's happening until after, and you've had time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of my next question. When do you think it was the biggest impact? Was it the day of confirmation, or was it after, and why? And it sounds like you all are saying it really seems to come, you're excited the day of, but it seems like the impact is more after. Do any of you want to explain
it definitely helps you more. It definitely helps you more after, just because dealing with certain things, now that you've like received the gift even more, it'll help you make like harder decisions, and the Holy Spirit will help guide you more through certain things in your life.
After my confirmation, I was like, Brinky, I want to get more involved with the church. And so I sing for children's liturgy during Mass. And my sister, like, she does Eucharistic minister during Mass and stuff. So it's like you're more involved.
Yeah, I would say so. Ariel, anything else on that?
I think my biggest advice would just be keep trying stuff, because I'm still trying new stuff in church, and it's been 2 years since my confirmation.
Right. Yes. And my confirmation day, I don't really remember much about it, except we wore these ugly sashes. Okay. It was the 1980s, and these ugly sashes that had our confirmation name on it. But what I do remember was my aunt being with me, who was my sponsor, and just the impact that she's had even on my life, even today. Do any of you still talk to your sponsors, or what is that like?
Oh yeah, I talk to mine a decent amount. It is my aunt as well, and so she doesn't live that far away, and my family still constantly sees each other, but I enjoy talking to her, and my birthday is coming up, and she's making sure that no one will forget it, and like you could just tell that like she cares a little bit more than other people, and I can't see anyone for my birthday because of like we're quarantined or stuff like that, but she's still making sure that everyone's gonna say happy birthday to me, and that just, it makes me feel special, and it makes me feel nice.
My sponsor lives
go ahead, sorry.
My sponsor lives down the street from me, and we still check in on each other a lot, and she prays for me a lot, and I could just, sometimes I just know like she's praying for me. So that's really special.
Nice. And Ariel, do you keep in touch with your cousin?
Yes, I still talk to my cousin. We don't talk like all the time, but we talk like when we see each other and when we can, because he's super busy with work and I'm busy with school. So
might
mostly
be a
communicate during the summer.
Might be a great opportunity to communicate with him now, because we're not busy. Actually, I'm busier than I've ever been, because my job has completely changed. But and I know school teachers are busy. But yeah, it's funny how you guys are all trapped at home, and yeah, I like to see your little faces, so it makes me happy. Okay, one last question. How do you thank God for the gifts you've been given?
By simply using them, and by using them to like help others in His name, and just
definitely by using them, and using them to the best of your ability, doing everything the best you can, and sharing it in any way you can.
And reaching out to others. Just using your talents to reach out.
And I think that's really important,
and using your gifts to help people.
That's okay, Charlie, go ahead.
And by using your gifts to help people find their gifts, because gifts are important, and it's and it helps.
Yeah, and the other thing that's important is we've talked about sports and all of those other things, but a lot of our gifts are things that, kindness, friendship, like you were talking about forgiveness, Charlie, and some of the things that, you would say, well, that's not really a talent. Yeah, it actually is. Being a good friend, those are all gifts that we've been given from God, and it's good for us to practice those and make them even better, right? Yes. So no more questions for you guys. You guys are off the hook. I'm just going to wrap this up by saying, confirmation candidates, I need your final reports. I mean, I really need your final reports, and I thank those who have sent them to me. You could just send them as a picture. I do not even need a pretty little scan. A picture from your phone will work wonders for me. That'll help me finish up some paperwork when it comes to your confirmation name and who your sponsor is. And if you have any questions about that, you can let me know. So ladies, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night at the high school meeting, because we'll be having a live high school meeting soon, which is a lot of fun. So until then, have a great afternoon. Bye now.